battalion, eh? Stinks the same as every other squat I've robbed this past year.
Oi, oi. Why the long face? You fallen in love?
With your blouse. You're welcome to Nassau, gents. Everyone is that does their fair share.
Fair share? What is this, a fucking monastery?
We was led to believe that Nassau was a place where men did as they pleased.
Safe keeping others from doing the same. Aye.
Captain Thatch, as I live and breathe. What is this magnificent muzzle you've cultivated, eh?
Why fly a black flag when a black beard will do? What brings you two gents this far north?
The word is, Cuban governor himself is fixing to receive a mess of gold from a nearby fort. Until then, it's just sitting there, itching to be took.
Governor Torres himself, eh? Sounds promising.
Welcome to Nassau, Captain Vane. Mr. Rackham.
Now, where can a man find a bit of rough? Do you know what I mean?
So, what'll you do with your share of the gold we take from Governor Torres? Return to Africa, prince among men?
I cannot return to a place I've never been. I was born in Trinidad, a slave from my first breath.
Ah. But wouldn't you feel, I don't know, more welcome there?
As you might feel more welcome in Paris.
Fair point.
With this skin and this voice, where can I go in the world and feel at ease? This country here is my best chance. This country called Jackdaw, where I know the names of all citizens and they know mine. We work together. Not always out of love, but to keep our country afloat.
I understand you. Let's take her then. For the citizens of Jackdaw!
As much sail as you can! Douse the royals and tops! More sail! Full sail! All sail! Grab it on! Fire! Look, Captain! Put a shot right through there! On your mark, Captain! All set in some prey! There ain't scouts! All sail! Give me some speed! We need to hit those... Fire! All sail! Let's so exposed! Take the shots, sir! Fire! Ready to fire, sir! A mortar would be ideal for the wrong. Fire! There's sir! Good shot!
Aim for the towers, Captain!
Fire! It's vulnerable there! Put us off the wind! Look at the whole place up there! Raise! Cruise up! Eat her sticks! Take a shot! Right there, sir! Ready to fire! Fire!
We're ready! Aim for the towers, Captain! Do not let her ram us, Captain!
Fire! Get them along! Douse all sail! Fire!
Concentrate on the task at hand, sir!
Douse the royals and top!
Aim for the towers, Captain!
Ease off the wind! Top! Shallow!
Down to the ship!
They're landing a solid volley, sir! Fire! Vulnerable there, Captain! Fire!
Awaiting orders, sir!
Fire!
She's vulnerable there, Captain!
Fire!
Can't take much more damage, Captain! The brace when we're under fire! If she tries to ram us, drop mines is a great countermeasure!
Get the men coming, Sawyer! Fire!
Well, hello, Your Excellency. I'd got word you might be here.
I know your face, pirate, but your name was borrowed the last time we spoke.
Ah, yes, I recall. Mr. Duncan Walpole. I missed that one. So, what's a Templar Grand Master doing so far from his Castillo?
I'd rather not say.
And I'd rather not cut your lips off and feed him to you.
2 years ago, we offered a reward for the sage's recapture. Today, someone claims to have found him. This gold is his ransom.
Who found him?
A slaver by the name of Lawrence Prince. He lives in Kingston.
We like this story, Torres. And we want to help you finish it. But we're going to do it our way. Using you and your gold.
Always makes his customers happy.
Sweet steamers too, my friends. Come see.
The last man.
Here's how it goes. Torres meets with Prince, carrying a portion of the ransom, saying the rest is close behind. When we see the sage, you bring in the rest of the gold, make the swap, and get out. I'll be watching all from close by.
No, Kenway, you run this scheme alone, at the risk of losing the faith of your crew. It makes me ill to think of you bartering with that wretched slaver.
Come on, mate. Once we have the sage, we'll all be rich.
Not if young Master Kid gets to him first.
Kid? Jesus. That lad's here to kill him.
Edward, what the hell are you doing here?
I'm tailing these men to the sage.
All right, Jesus. I'll stay in my blade for a time, but not long.
Yeah.
How long has it been since our last meeting, Senor Prince? A year?
Near 18 months. You first described this Roberts fellow to me in November of 1715.
See you for a 12 months then. Best enjoy the fortnight while we can.
Ah, I see. Much has changed in that short time, you know. None called me governor, for instance, for I quit that post last year.
Ah, I was not aware.
Couldn't help it, could you, Ken? Sticking your nose into things you can't understand.
You're making me nervous, kid. Keep your blades corked.
Ha! Convert them? God knows, Torres. There's none here so foolish as that.
English? How do you mean?
Is it not a sin to enslave a fellow Christian? Therefore, to transmute a slave's soul from animal to man would be tantamount to inviting one's cattle to the dinner table.
Forgive my impatience, but how far is it yet?
We're nearly there.
Stand your ground, slave, and face corporal punishment like a man.
Why act like a man now, when you have denied me that right for 30 years?
I find your bearing appalling, Prince. I believe all thinking, feeling men deserve respect and opportunity.
Ah, you Spaniards. Your long ties to the Moors have diluted your blood and softened your hearts.
This is not to say I believe in the natural equality of all races or sexes. Surely men with talent and intelligence should live. But there is no true profit to be gained by the practice of slavery. In the short term, it makes us money, see. But in the long term, it will render us the victims of our own success.
Ah, but you and I, sir, old as we are, will not live to see that unfortunate day. So why bother? Watch where you step, boy!
For virtue, if nothing else.
Virtue? Oh, Torres. I have no wish to waste my day chattering about slaves and their pitiable condition. Let us conclude this transaction, then celebrate elsewhere.
No way in, mate, so fight off! Nothing to see here.
Other stories about you, true, sir. You were a governor in Florida for a time.
See. I am one of a number of civil servants in my family. A long line of politicians.
I have always toyed with the idea of entering politics myself. Only I feel I have too much money and not enough years.
Speaking of stories, Prince, I've heard it said you were with Henry Morgan the day he sacked Panama. 1671, was it?
Oh, it's all true, yes. But let us not overesteem the honors forged and won on the battlefield. That skirmish was a deadly one, and a tremendous waste of coin and resources. It wasn't until many years after that I sheathed my sword in favor of a far safer and yet more profitable venture. Capital and resources. That's where money is made. And sir, let me tell you, honor 4 is more enjoyable than honor 1, if a touch less permanent. You say you came alone, Taurus?
Not alone, but certainly without colleagues. I took passage aboard a British merchant's brig.
Ah.
Now's the time.
No. Not until we see the sage.
Here's a quiet spot. I'll see the money.
This is a portion of the ransom. The rest is close at hand.
It pains me to traffic someone of my own race for profit, Mr. Torres. Tell me again, what has this Roberts fellow done to upset you?
Is this some form of Protestant piety I'm not familiar with?
Perhaps another day.
What?
Next time, see to it that we are not followed. Deal with this!
You cocked up my kill, Kenway.
For a better cause.
Both flanks, lads.
You lost your chance, man. I'm going after Prince.
Kid, no! Jim, stop!
Not this time, Kenway.
Come on, man! We can work this together!
You had your chance.
Stay your blade, kid! Wait! Jim, stop! I got a shot!
Damn you, old scratch! Keep your natty hands off me!
I can't let you kill those men, kid. Not until I found the sage.
I've been stalking that pig for a week now, charting his moves, and here I find not one but two of my targets, and you rob me of both.
Patience, man. You'll have your kills.
When I locate the sage, you're helping me take Prince. Got that?
Wouldn't you prefer meeting in a pub?
I came to Kingston chasing a target. Getting pissed ain't a priority.
We could work together on this, you know. It's Lawrence Prince you're after. I want his prisoner.
We're after the sage as well, Edward. Careful who you cross.
May the best man win.
There's guards patrolling that property from end to end. Looks to me like they use bells to signal trouble. See there? We'll want to disable those before pushing too far. With so many men about, we can't rely on stealth alone, so... I'll do what I can to distract and draw their attention, giving you a chance to cut them down. Ready?
Your name's not James, is it?
Not most days. Come on. you see Prince before I do, kill him, and there'll be a bit of coin in it for you. All right?
How is it, you're all...
Hey, wasn't that Spanish fella that took up here for a visit? Torres or something?
You didn't hear what happened? He was attacked by a couple of brigands on his way here. Like a year for the like. A nasty business. Jesus.
You alright?
the ground!
Please, I've been shot. I need aid.
Christ, Thompson, look at her. She's hurt.
Dreadfully, sir. I'm poorly.
All right.
I'm faint.
Take an arm, lass.
Bless you, lads.
Keep your eyes peeled tonight. Is there some men about bent and making trouble?
I'll spread the word.
Been long deployed with this company? Across last year with the 7th Tennessee.
He thinks he can get away. I won't warn you again. You, stop. Get in. Faster, lads. We're losing ground. He's trying to give us the slip. Get in. He's over there. There he is. Oh, he's at an end. You! Get back here, you butthole! Are you stupid? Come back here! Pity for you, then. You are the most inarticulate bugger I've ever met. Oh, man. Hey. Nothing.
something, boy? This ain't no time for chatter, you hear?
I ain't saying nothing, sir. You got no quarrel with me.
You keep those goddamn eyes on the cane, all right? Look up once more, and it'll be the last damn thing you ever see.
No problem here, sir. I'm working as best I can.
Hold a moment. I think not. Get back here now. Where do you think you're going? And enjoy.
Hello! Help me, damn it!
Why hang over me like a leering crow? To see an old man suffer?
You've caused no small portion of suffering yourself, Mr. Prince. Retribution, I suppose.
You absurd cutthroats and your precious philosophy. You live in the world, but you cannot make it move.
You mistake my motive, old man. I'm only after a bit of coin.
As was I, lad. As was I.
Heads up, Kenway! I found your man!
I remember you. The Templar from Havana.
I'm no Templar, mate. That was just a ruse. We've come here to save your ass from this slaver.
Save me? I work for Mr. Prince.
Well, then he's a poor man to call master. He meant to sell you out to the Templars.
Oh, you can't trust anyone, it seems.
Roberts!
Move, Kenway! Run! You on the other side!
I've got it dead right. It's in these sights.
Ready to take the shot!
I've got a clear shot. Extend in these sights. Got him taken.
Ready to take the shot! Don't let you get away! Right, let's see what you've got. I got him in my sights!
Oh, rouse yourselves, you dullards!
You!
Keep pace. Got a shot. Wait, over there! You're not losing us! Faster!
Lost your man again, did you?
Aye. Roberts is a devil with a queer aversion to kindness. I suppose that's 2 men I've lost today. So, what's your real name, lass?
Mary Reed to my mum. And them I call friends. But not a word of it to anyone. Or I'll unman you as well.
Another?
A rum flip this time.
And where'd I find fresh eggs in this wretched town? There's little else but piss and insects.
Aye, we're working on that.
Dear lady, what do they call you?
And when they're sober, a jilt when they're sauced. But never lady.
Well, good Leanne,
Bag of shite! Do you hear me? It's a bag of bloody shite! It's a ruse to keep us soft before they attack Nassau. You'll see, mark me.
It's no ruse, Fiend. I heard it straight from the mouth of a greasy Bermudan captain. There's a pardon on offer for any pirate that wants it.
Ruse or no, I think it's plain the British may return to Nassau, with arms, no doubt. We'll need a plan.
Walk with us, Kenway. There's trouble brewing.
In the absence of any clear ideas, I say we lay low. No piracies and no violence. Do nothing to ruffle the king's feathers for now.
Preserving the king's plumage is no concern of mine, Ben.
It will be when he sends his soldiers to scrub this island clean of our residue. Look around you, man. Is this cesspool worth dying for?
Aye! It's our republic! Our idea! A free land for free men, remember? So maybe it's filthy to look at. But ain't it still an idea worth fighting for?
I can't be sure. But when I look on the fruits of our years of labor, all I see is sickness, idleness, idiocy.
Not a sunbeam of difference between here and London, then, eh?
Thatch is right, man. Taking a wide view, we're not doing so bad out here. The sun, rum, and leisure as far as the eye can see.
Aye. Nassau may look fine from a distance, but at its core, there's a disease I cannot stomach.
Sickness can be cured, Ben. If only you have the right medicine.
But a corpse cannot be reanimated.
I can't believe the shite I'm hearing drop from your lips. Why not take the pardon now, and be done with it?
Peace, both of you. We can satisfy both aims if we work together. Find medicines to ease our burdens here, but in a way that don't attract the British.
I wager the nearest doctor is sitting pretty in Havana. Not a place I mean to go.
But the Spanish fleet that sunk 2 years back would have some medicine. All sealed up in glass vials.
You'd need a diving bell to reach those depths.
Aye, and with some coin and a few supplies, a diving bell won't be hard to come by.
This is a plan I can stand behind. Find medicines without stirring up trouble. Agreed, Thatch?
Agreed. Aye. I'll meet you near the wrecks as soon as you're able, Kenway.
Remember, Thatch? Keep your cannons, Port.
Piss off, Ben.
Devil in his hole, Thatch. This is a darling galley. 32 guns, is it?
I lost count at 40.
You've stepped up a rung. So, any luck finding medicines here?
Nothing round this spot, sadly. But there's a few wrecks yonder that ain't been scoured by nothing but crabs and coral.
I'll have a look.
Edward? Edward, is that you? My goodness, the West Indies is a compact place.
Hello, Bonnet. A surprise seeing you out here.
I met Mr. Thatcher a month or so ago, and he offered to take me under his yardarms, so to speak. Says I must wash the hayseed from my hair before I'm a true pirate.
Well, good luck to you then. Worse men have become better under Blackbeard's watch.
Get the mains free!
Let's catch some wind, lads.
As much sail as you can!
I know she's a good sailor. Now prove it, my chums.
Cruise up!
Come on,
Eat her
fall now.
sticks! Fall all!
Ahoy! Any luck? I found one crate hidden beneath a school of sharks. Sadly, the elixir inside is quite spoilt.
Plague and perish. Will we steal medicines now?
Remember the pardon, Thatch. We're to be subtle.
Says Ornagold, a pirate, now too proud to call himself one.
He prefers caution to cannons.
Caution's nothing without charisma. Or if a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil. And all men will submit.
And would you be the devil?
For an audience. Aye. It's all a big show. Give your quarry something to fear. Some hellish thing from a fevered dream. And men will drop to their knees, pleading for their lord before all else.
Oh, God.
Looks fine.
Of course it does. You can find a quiet way to acquire medicines. Tell me soon. Otherwise, I'll handle it myself.
What the hell's happened here? Were you attacked? Other way round. It were Blackbeard who struck first. Opened fire on a British man-of-war, the pillock. What in God's name for? Still searching for medicines, but he's gone barmy if you ask me. I'll bring him home. Leave him, man. He's heaped this trouble on himself.
Clews down! Catch some wind! Crowd on every inch of sail! Crowd on all the...
Captain, there's a wreck yonder. Looks recent.
I see it. Let's hope Thatch hasn't come to the same end.
Another bit of wreckage, Captain. This is looking grim.
Aye. Keep your eyes peeled. Blast. This is getting well out of hand.
A dozen crates of medicine should not be so hard to come.
That ain't my meaning. Thatch and Hornigold and this pointless feud of theirs. Can't you feel it?
I do, aye. But both men have their hearts in a good place. Both want the best for the people of Nassau.
But is that the best course for us? Saving a city that ain't worth much? We're not men made to govern. We take and spend and live heartily wherever we go.
What solution would you propose?
The answer's in wealth and power, not politics. If we found the observatory, we'd see enough money to buy the whole of England. Or it might be we'd lord over these kings and emperors like they was peasants themselves.
A lot of large talk, Captain. But is it your crew you sail for, or yourself?
I mean the best for these men, Ade. I do. Just don't sit there. I feel like I'm running errands, not living my life.
Ade, see that?
It's her captain, the Queen Anne's Revenge. And she's in a bad way.
No time for a boat. Thatch is outnumbered.
The crew will understand. Beat the quarters, lads! We're sailing into hell!
All tops! Thatch is overwhelmed. Going ashore. Hang in there, Bonnet. Keep your arms up and your back to the sea.
Know your book learning! Prepare you for a scuffle of this sort, Mr. Bonnet! For certain, there's more to be learned by doing than reading. Remember that!
You stirred up a nest of trouble, Thatch.
In service of a noble cause!
Medicines, I hope you mean.
Aye! The galleon nearby! And if we crack these lobsters quick, we might catch up to her!
Nothing subtle. Do you, Thatch?
Legends ain't born from mildness.
Gentlemen, our galleon has reappeared.
Heads up!
Back to my ship, quick as you please. She'll not slip away now.
Oh, this is too much!
I'll see you back to your jackdaw when the smoke is clear. But for now, I need a helmsman.
Call it out.
Don't let her out of your sight! Bear down on our Kenway! She's cracked, lads! Send her to hell! Find a captain. And we're not losing that bastard. Damnation seize my soul if I get you quarter! Not this deck,
I'm not a man accustomed to murder, Captain. And if you'd taken quarter, you'd not be seeping now.
Sack a muzzle, gobshite. You'll be hanged and sun-dried just as them there were in Boston.
The King's called for a pardon.
Captain, we've searched the hold. It's a middle intake, but the medicine we found bears a Charlestown stamp.
Thank you, Mr. Hans.
We cannot resupply Nassau out here by force and accident alone. We We should go to Charlestown for the lot.
Hello? Are we victorious? I fear I am not built for the fatigue and care required to live as a man of fortune.
Meet me in Charlestown. 1 month from today.